Hello guys, this is Max Power Overdrive here and I welcome you to my video. This video is regarding the legendary Pokemons which Ash can catch for his upcoming team. Now before I get started, you must be asking, Max, I think Ash doesn't need legendary Pokemons to get stronger and prove himself or to the world that he is a competent trainer. To answer that, yes, Ash do not need legendary Pokemons to show his opponent and to us that he is a powerful trainer, but now since he is a champion and inevitable going to face his old rivals and trainers from the past who would have been stronger by now in the upcoming world tournament, he needs legendary Pokemons to show, or in layman's term, needs to be flashy in these league matches because he needs to entertain the audience as well. And what can be the better way to entertain them and be powerful at the same time than to catch and use some legendary Pokemons. So with that out of the way, let's begin with the list. Now before starting this list, you must take into consideration that this list is not in any order, so Ash can catch one Pokemon from, let's say, Unova region and then can come back to Kanto to catch the other. With that out of the way, let's begin the list. The first Pokemon which Ash can catch is Articuno. Yes, I said in my prediction video that Ash won't catch legendary Pokemon like Moltres, Articuno or Zapdos from Kanto region, but it looks like he is going to catch one for himself. As for why I am suggesting Articuno, because like I said multiple times that Pokemons in the Pokemon ending theme very much leak which Pokemons Ash, Go and even later Kohaku can catch. If you have paid any attention in the transition part of the first ending theme, you will see many Pokemons just randomly appear and disappear. And what I think is that it is not any randomness. It was a very clever way of showing which Pokemons Ash, Go and later Kohaku will catch. Just go and watch the ending and check for yourself. Yes, there will be some Pokemons which they didn't catch, but I must tell you, even when the second ending theme began, Go, for example, caught Pokemons which were featured in the old ending. And if you haven't watched my previous video, I mentioned that Go can catch a Slowpoke which may evolve to Slowking in the ending theme. Now let's talk about why Articuno and not Moltres or Zapdos. Well, we can all agree Ash will never likely catch any electric type Pokemon, at least not a legendary. So Zapdos is out of the question. But why not Moltres? Well, it has been hinted in the series. If you have noticed, Ash is always represented with blue or something cold or cool, while Go is represented with red like fire or hot. Likewise, in the latest episode when Ash and Go took those kids to field trip, Pokemon Company cleverly shoved in Pokemon Go's concept of teams like Team Mystic, Team Instinct and Team Valor, which is represented by blue, yellow and red respectively. And guess what? Which legendary Pokemon represents Team Mystic? It's Articuno. If you still believe that Ash won't catch that Pokemon, then here you go. We got not one but two different appearances of Articuno in the second ending theme. That's something we have never seen. And if you take into consideration that in Galar we do have regional variant of Kanto legendary bird trio, this can be a thing for where Ash's Articuno can be compared with Galarian Articuno. If these leaks weren't true, then man, they were screwing a captain for real. The second Pokemon which Ash can catch from Kanto region is Mewtwo. And I'm not kidding you, there is a very high probability that Ash might catch a Mewtwo. If Go can catch a Mew, then why not Ash can catch a Mewtwo? Plus the connection and history between Ash and Mewtwo is very old, so I don't see why Ash can't get a Mewtwo. And to back this up, there are many leaks like these that shows Mewtwo's merch is quite popular. It can well be an indicator that the merch is very popular and might make any consideration for bringing it to the anime. And as I have said in my first prediction video, if the writers giving Mewtwo to Ash, it can very well make great steam when he became the champion, which can be a nice callback from the games, like how they used the Gen 1 Pokédex entry for Dratini and Dragonair. If you are thinking, then why Ash didn't catch Mewtwo already? He is getting Riolu first. My theory is the Pokemon company is now setting the character as of now. As for recording of this video, only 20 episodes have been aired, and I am sure there are more than 200 episodes left for the production. So don't lose any hope. He will definitely get one. Also, the popularity chart can indicate that he will get it sooner or later. Yeah, at this point it is useless to imagine it will happen. And the commotion I made on Twitter, link is in the description box below, it seems very unlikely that Lugia will ever join Ash. But like I said before, these Pokemons which appeared once can appear many number of times. It isn't one-time business. Like how the recurring characters back in Alola, which we thought were just one-time appearance, came back again and again. It can also be like how Crocodile followed Ash and Pikachu but never being caught until one day it himself let them to be caught. So I think a similar case will follow for Lugia to be caught by Ash. Lugia will appear, it's just that it is not happening very soon. Or else why there would be so many merch and poster leaks? I don't think it's all for some random legendary Pokemon appearing in the anime. If you want to know why I think Lugia should join Ash, please do watch my first prediction video. I have talked about it in the detail. I said it before and I will say it now. Ash deserves Latias, if not both Latios and Latias for his team. If you want to know more, please do check my previous prediction videos. In short, there are merch leaks showing Latias and both Latios and Latias. Plus, if you have seen the Hoopa movie, Ash basically controls a Latios, Latias and a Rayquaza. This proves that he is capable of using legendaries as strong as Rayquaza. So I don't find it harmful to just give to Ash. It may look too OP for Ash, but before Ash caught Dragonite, we all once thought, what if Ash had a Dragonite, but then thought it would be too OP for him. Even Goodra, it had power, but it was somewhat underused in my opinion. Like I mentioned, Ash has the capability of using a Rayquaza. I even discussed this in my previous prediction video that there is a good chance that Ash might catch Rayquaza, and the second ending just proved that even more when a Rayquaza was featured in the theme. Now many people may think, can Ash catch a god tier Pokemon like Rayquaza, Lugia or Articuno? And as far as I think, yes, to some extent. I'm not suggesting Ash can catch Arceus. Then what would the people think when somebody practically using the god Pokemon in a battle? But what I feel, there may be some exceptions like how Tobias had Darkrai, and in the advanced generation, if I am not mistaken, there were some trainers who had god tier Pokemon. So basically, Ash can catch Rayquaza. Trust me guys when I say this, I was genuinely shocked to see Cresselia in the ending theme. If I am not wrong, Cresselia is one of the least represented mythical Pokemon ever, and I thought there weren't many fans of her. Although to her credit, she did very little to make any impact. Unlike some other legendaries, we have tired of getting reintroduced again and again in many new avatars. Now, why I am suggesting Cresselia to join Ash? The answer is in two folds. First, she appeared in the same lines as of Darkrai, which for a fact hints Tobias' return. So Ash having a Cresselia will form a contradictory team against Tobias. It can also be the reason why Latias should join Ash, because Tobias already has a Latios. Second, I think Go should catch Darkrai, because I think Darkrai tells something of Go's character. Darkrai is not a bad Pokemon but is represented as a bad omen. Darkrai is not evil but it is used by evil guys like Tobias, and Darkrai is a type of Pokemon who needs a lot of attention because in its heart it is good, which tells something of Go's character. Although Giratina is not the most favorite Pokemon of mine, I like Palkia better, but I know there are some people who like it. As of now, there are not many merch leaks or poster releases, but what I can tell is that Ash and Giratina had a good bonding, and because the movies in the Diamond and Pearl had continuity, that bond flourished. Otherwise, it can be a good Pokemon if Ash manages to capture it. As for what I think, Ash may not catch Reshiram or Zekrom, but if I was to choose, I would take Reshiram over Zekrom because Zekrom is an electric type Pokemon, and according to Yang theory, Zekrom represents evil, so I don't think Ash will get that. I think Victini may be the Pokemon which Ash can catch from Unova region. It has almost same character of Ash, like how it wants to help, how it wants to travel around the world, and how caring it is to its royal friends. Plus, Victini is one of those legendary Pokemons at first glance which look very weak, but they are strong as heck. And to top it all, Ash may get a version where it might be timid and afraid, and Ash will help it to overcome it and become its trainer. From Kalos, I don't think Ash will catch any legendary Pokemons. If I need to guess, maybe Xerneas because of blue coloration. Beside any bad jokes as of now, I think Ash should catch Lunala. If you think Ash has stronger connection with Solgaleo than Lunana, even I do. I said that Ash can call back his Solgaleo whenever he needs, but in the recent artwork, it suggests that Solgaleo is more bonded with Lily than Ash. Be it in Sun and Moon episode when Lily first hugged Solgaleo or this artwork. Pokemon Company is sure trying to imply that Solgaleo belongs to Lily, and if that is the case, then it leaves Lunana. And going by the color scheme, it definitely suits Ash. And in the latest ending theme, we do see Lunana and not Solgaleo, which for most part made sense because Ash's Lycanroc present in the same ending. There are some Mudkills as well, but I don't know how much it is feasible. For the most part, I think Ash will get his Solgaleo. If not, then he might get Lunana. Yeah, I know what you are screaming. It's an electric type Pokemon. But guys, listen to me. This one is little different. Zeraora was first introduced in a Sun and Moon anime where they were transported to a parallel universe where everything was destroyed. We saw Zeraora and its trainer and saved that place. During that time, Ash tried to bond with Zeraora and it felt like Zeraora kinda liked Ash. And if you see, Zeraora has a similar vibe to Lucario, if I may add. So I think Ash having a Zeraora may not be such a weird thing. And there are some posters and Mudkills to boot. Plus the poster shows Zeraora, so I think Zeraora might join Ash. So guys, that's my list. How do you feel about it? Like it? If not, then please comment down the legendaries you want Ash to catch in this series. I will read every single comment. And for some miscellaneous stuff, I want to say, Ash will get a Vibrava which will evolve to Flygon by the time the movie will be released. Bye guys, and I hope to see you in my next video.